Alassane Ouattara knew that even if he won a third mandate, the real test of his political strength would come afterwards. An election campaign steeped in mistrust and opposition calls for civil disobedience have left Ivory Coast on edge.
La Côte d'Ivoire a besoin de paix. Ce sont des actes criminels et nous souhaitons que tout ça puisse s'arrêter pour que, après l'élection, le pays continue le progrès qu'il a connu au cours des 9 dernières années.
He hadn't always planned to run. In March, he designated his Prime Minister, Amadou Gon Coulibaly, as his party's candidate, saying he wanted to leave the field open to a new generation. But after the sudden death of his chosen successor a few months later, Alassane Ouattara announced his decision to run for a third term himself. His move sparked fresh tensions in a country still recovering from the wounds of a civil war 10 years ago. Back in November 2010, both Laurent Gbagbo and Alassane Ouattara claimed to have won the presidential election, plunging Ivory Coast into a 5-month civil war that left 3,000 people dead. Ouattara was finally sworn into office in May 2011. An economist who worked at the International Monetary Fund and the Central Bank of West African states, he invested in infrastructure and made economic development a key priority. Since 2012, Ivory Coast's gross domestic product has grown by around 7 to 8% per year. But his opponents argue that poverty is still widespread and that the president hasn't managed to stamp out corruption, despite his promises. In March, Ouattara answered his critics, insisting he had made great strides in bringing peace and stability to the country. Now that stability could be at stake, depending on what happens in the weeks and months to come.